I'm Eki Thump and welcome back to Let's Play Osiris New Dawn. Today, I think, well, with all the running around we've been doing recently, it's put my mind towards getting another vehicle, and I think we need to start getting the infrastructure in place to actually start crafting vehicles. Now, that means gas tanks and stuff, obviously, but first things first, I think we actually want to get a 3D printer. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and we'll soon find out anyway, but I think the printer will allow us to produce wires and components without needing to wait for the fabricator. So let's have a look on the skill tree and see what we need to get the printer. We can unlock it already. So it's just some science points, there we go. So 3D printer unlocks the ability to make the printer, and what do we need for it? We need aluminium, glass, steel and rubber. Well, I think we can service those needs. Let's have a look. Let's see here. Steel we've got. Glass is probably in the other chest. I'm pretty sure I've got some. Aluminium. Aluminium, steel. We need glass and rubber. Glass, there we are. Rubber, there we are. And let's get some free ore check meat again from the ore check trap. Got to be careful not to use this too much because I've got to keep up my supply of crab talons to keep repairing them. But I think it's fine to just do that now and again. Now then, chemistry station. Not chemistry station. We want the printer. It gave me a list there of what it produces. I'm not going to read it. I believe. 2 free science points refunded. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't allow us to print wires and circuit boards. That's a shame. What does it do? Oh, it allows us to do batteries though. We need lithium for them. Oh, and the tack knife we can do here, and the machete. Didn't Steve K say the machete's only 1 skill point? Yes. Let's unlock that. So it's 6 plus or minus 4 versus 16 plus or minus 2. But it has 50% crit chance. That's tasty. Let's have a machete. They're pretty easy to produce as well. Oh, look at that. And what does she do with it? Usual combat maneuvers. Right, well, standard drill then. Let's go and stab an ore check with it. Oh, missed. Well, there you go. It's quite low damage when it doesn't crit. But it's got a 50% crit chance, so it should crit quite often. We're actually running this guy down. If only they'd run in straight lines now and then, we'd run them down. Okay, well anyway, that's the machete. Durability is pretty decent. It's only at 96% already. I'm not sure exactly how much critical hits do, but they seem to do a lot. It's like more than double. So 6 plus or minus 4 with a 50% crit chance. So it might do 2, it might do 10 and a crit. Whereas this does basically 14 to 18 every hit. I'd say they're roughly equivalent. So the only one we've got left to unlock in that, well, we've got the shard blade, but we've also got the tack knife. Shard blade's a little bit away though. Dragon tooth and shard blades. We'll probably get all those. Okay, well, now does the fabricator take bits and pieces to produce? No, just plastic. Okay, so infrastructurally then, we want to be working towards the fabricator. Because if we're going to start building vehicles, we're going to need a lot of wires and circuit boards and stuff. So we need to be looking at spending our science points up here from now on. So it's large panels, then computers, then fabricators. So what else can we do? I think we've got access to build a small gas depot. Which can store hydrazine fuel. Steel, copper and a bit of rubber. And I think we can make hydrazine here. Yeah, nitrogen and hydrogen. Sadly, they're not in the same place. Nitrogen is way off by the base location from season 1. There's a bunch of nitrogen and oxygen geysers over there. So we probably want to go on an adventure over there and collect a bunch of nitrogen. That means we've got to build another forge, another depository, and another beacon. So let's sort out our materials. Wait a minute, I'm turned around now. There it is over here. Right, let's drop off all the metal and then we'll take out what we need. We're not carrying that much metal actually. Do I have any more? No, I don't have any more beacon kits, do I? I'll put the last one down by 1B. Okay. Diamonds I'll put in with the metal. It's not technically a metal, obviously, but it's used in all the same things that metal is used in. Like this little bit of lead can go in there as well. We're going to need some more lithium at some point. I think we need that to make the lab. Now, the only locations I know of for lithium are actually in Mine 1B or in Mine 1A. Carbon. Yeah, let's stick that in there as well. And Mine 1A, I don't think we want to tackle Mine 1A until we have like the assault rifle, which is a decent way off. If you want to know what's waiting for us in Mine 1A, check the Season 1 episode, because it's going to be a while before we go there. But to be blunt, we need ranged weapons to do it. We're certainly building up a decent stock of assault rifle mags, though. I wonder if that's going to be changed. Getting these out of the box in Mine 1B. Because you can build up quite a stockpile of these before you get anywhere near an assault rifle. What have we got here? Crab eyes. Don't want those. Crab's legs. Don't want those. Did I eat all of my meat? I probably want to cook some more crab's legs then. Okay, let's cook some crab's legs. Then we've got to sort out what we need to build another one of these, and a whole bunch of containers, same as last time. Oh wait a minute, it's the oven, isn't it? So, beacon kits. Steel, glass, plutonium. I think we're out of glass now, aren't we? Oh no, not quite. We are out of steel, but we've got plenty of the makings of it. Let's take all this stuff and refine it. Just so we know what we've got. Okay, many engineering points incoming. Right, everything's refined. Let's whack out 10 steel just to be going on with. There we go. We can get the beacon kit first thing. Let's produce a spare as well. Structures and utilities. Right, we are going to need some titanium, but I think we've got like 2 ingots left. Yeah, probably got 2 ingots. And depository, for which we're going to need a bit more aluminium. Oh, there we are. We've got 8 actually. That's fine. A bit more aluminium. So we're not going to need magnesium or any of these ores. Oh, don't forget as well though, we're also going to want to produce barrels, aren't we, when we get there? Let's worry about having the stuff to actually produce the things first. I don't think I need these stone axes anymore. Let's just toss them. They're easy enough to produce more if we need them. Oh, hello, look. Yeah, these didn't get destroyed. My jar full of sap got destroyed. Ooh, sap. That's the point. I'm running down to 1 jar. I think we need to go by the sap tree first. Hopefully it's in the same direction. Yeah, because we're only about half hydration already. What else have we got here? Aluminium we needed. Okay, we don't need this carbon. Don't need this copper with us particularly. Glass and steel I'm sure we will need, but... okay. So, is that everything for the forge and the depository? How much iron is it? 10 and 4. That's 14, dead on. Got titanium, got plutonium, got aluminium. Now, what about barrels? Copper, oh, titanium, and steel. Well, we want a lot of barrels, don't we? I think we've got to wait out the night now, sadly. Well, if I remember that location correctly, there should be plenty of copper around when we get there. That is very close to our site from base 1 and our base from season 1. And season 1 base had a bunch of precious nodes next to it, so we should be okay to not to pick up the titanium and copper. Or the steel, in fact. Fuck it, we can do it when we get there. We've got plenty of chisel power. So I think we're set to go. We've got all the makings we need to produce the outpost. Not really a colony site. A beacon and a spare beacon. We've got food for the journey. We're going to go and collect sap on the way. We've got batteries for the torches. Yeah, we're all set. Right, let's hide from the night and travel in the morning. Alright, sod it. I did them loaded from main menu again. I know I keep saying I don't like to skip the night. But it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, you can't even... The thing about Osiris is that unlike, say, like Imperium, when I'm waiting for a long construction queue to complete, what I can do is just leave it running, Alt-Tab and play Hearthstone. But the nights in Osiris just aren't quite long enough for that. I did say I'd stop playing Hearthstone. I've gone back for this expansion because I heard they slowed the meta down a bit, and I used to hate all the aggro decks. And it seems that's the case. Quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyed finally being able to play Priest on ladder. So we're going to the sap tree first. Now sadly this is in completely the wrong direction. The oxygen geysers are, I think, back off to the south. So we're going to have to run a long way in today's episode. But it must be done. I'm pretty sure there are sap trees around the nitrogen geysers as well. I don't know where though, and we are a bit low on liquid. So we're just going to make absolutely certain and pick up a few jars of the good stuff before we head off.
Bare dehydration detected.
Yeah, there it is. Bare dehydration.
Hydration levels are now satisfied.
Alright, so we've got 4 empty jars of sap, but the trees are right over there. Let's find the blue light and hop down. Get the sap and then be about our business. I wonder if I can... Nah, he steps backwards too fast.
Vitals dropping.
Oh, there you go. Scored a hit on him there. It's all right. I think the crab scythe is actually better for fighting crabs. This is very awkward. Yeah, it's honestly not my favourite experience trying to fight these crab monsters with melee weapons. Probably just keep dodging them. Get the replacement crab bits for the scythe off, whatchamacallits, snubs. Just use the weapons for snubs and for, well, trapdoor checks, for scaliopods. There's plenty of things we can hit. There we are, 4 lovely jars. So we've got 20 skill points. We need another 10 and then 45. And then, so we need, we're only 95 skill points away from the fabricator. No trouble at all, we'll be done with that in no time. Right, where were these coordinates that I'm heading towards? 15.7, 1.6. So, very much that way. And slightly, in fact not very much at all, that way. So yeah, we have literally come in the opposite direction of where we need to be. Well, we had to come back to base anyway because I realised I didn't take the portable dome with me.
Vitals stabilized.
So that's fine. I'm not actually going to skip the night. We're going to risk a run through the night and hopefully get a full day at the site when we get there. So, got plenty of torches, plenty of batteries for the torch. Now, 15.7 long, so definitely lots that way, and very, very, very slightly south. So basically all the way directly east. Wait a minute, have I got that wrong? 15.7 lat, 1.6 long. Yeah, I have, haven't I? 15.7 lat is going to be this way. And this way, so northeast actually. Oh, I see a satellite. Get ourselves a few more of those wires and fabricators. Electronic components, hopefully. Circuit boards. It's all in a good cause. Let's wear out the chisel first of all, the red chisel. I'm pleased these satellites do keep popping up now. Last season, the only place we could find one was on Aziel. What do we got? A Cryptex and some circuit boards and a fucking gnats chasing us, motherfucker, and a young crab monster. Well, we're not waiting around to see what happens. We are just hopefully running away. Oh look, it's Camp Hydrogen, I think. Or somewhere nearby anyway. This isn't great terrain to be fleeing across because of that fucking stumbling thing she does. We are nearly there. Actually, it should be just over this ridge, more or less. Yeah, just yeah, here we are. We've got some nitrogen here at Camp Hydrogen. So this white stuff, that's nitrogen. See, nitrogen. And in fact, this is Camp Hydrogen. Oh, that's a point. This is more or less exactly where I was heading. I wanted to find the other one that's got the oxygen geysers next to it as well, though. Let me check the coordinates. Maybe I need to head to a different place. 1 second. Okay, yeah. Someone must have misidentified these on the wiki, or these used to be oxygen. These are now nitrogen and hydrogen. We don't want to build another camp here. We want to go to the actual location of them, which is minus 7.3, minus 22.6. So let's run all the way across Proteus in the other direction, shall we? We're actually passing the sap tree grove again. You know, for a planet this big, sometimes it does feel as though there's only like 6 locations here, doesn't it? We've got the sap place, we've got Camp Hydrogen, Mine Baldur, we've got our home base, which isn't really a location as such. It's just where we happen to pitch our tent. There's nothing really there. It just, it looked scenic. And there's a couple of, admittedly there are like some unused mines. Like mine entrances dotted around, some unused large structures and those like radar arrays and stuff. Yeah, since we're here, might as well grab another jar of sap. Let's make sure we're topped off as well. There's another science point to put on the pile. How's that now? 21. 94 to go. Apparently Steve K's got his base somewhere around here. It's dark though, he's probably sleeping, so we won't disturb him. It's a nice spot though. If you can get the right view of that lake, it'd be pretty scenic as well. Let's just quickly try these weapons on the Tumbo. They stand pretty still, so we've got a good opportunity to... Oh, there's 2 stat points. Brilliant. Okay, that was pretty swift with the crab scythe. Now let's try the machete. We're looking for lots of big crits, I think. It's a bit shorter range than the scythe. It looks like the crits were doing about 3 times the damage. Yeah, definitely got a shorter range on it than the scythe. But I guess we can use the machete as our like general purpose, easy to craft utility weapon. If we ever run out of crab bits for the scythe. I assume the tack knife is going to be... Let's have a look at the tack knife actually. We should be able to see its stats on the tree just quickly. No, we can't. We'll have to wait until we get back. But I assume it's going to be like the machete but better essentially. Maybe even good enough to be our one and only weapon. That's never mind 1B. What the hell? It is. That's mine 1B. It's like everything on the continent is in a perfect line. Yeah, here we are. This is Season 1 base site. I seem to remember. It was over there amongst those rocks somewhere. Just past that rock, I think. That rock wasn't there when we planted the base. Fortunately, the base didn't get buried. That rock appeared when they did the Proteus Unleashed update.
Vitals dropping.
Fuck it. We probably are hungry at this point.
Vitals stabilized.
So, yeah, I recognise that tower as well. This is definitely the Season 1 site. Okay, so it should be just over here somewhere. There it is. See the blue ones? They're oxygen. So we're going to drop a... Going to drop an outpost here. And definitely farm materials for a bunch of barrels. In terms of hydrazine, we probably just want to get everything from Camp Hydrogen eventually. But we will take 1 barrel back with us. Okay, so we're going to drop the outpost just here somewhere. Get a bunch of nitrogen, get a bunch of barrels, get a bunch of nitrogen. And then what we're going to do is get 1... I should have picked up a barrel of hydrogen. Okay, it's fine, we'll go back and get 1. We're just going to take some hydrogen and nitrogen back with us, just so we can make a little bit of hydrazine and just try and put it in the tank and see how it all works. Time's getting on with all this running around, so I'm not sure I'll have time to actually build the tank this episode, but we can at least build the outpost, get a bunch of nitrogen ready and waiting. So let's see. Depository, just somewhere here in the middle. There's another engineering point for us and a forge. And 2 more science points. And a beacon. And no skill points for that, sadly. So we're going to call this one probably just Camp Nitro. Okay then, so barrels. Just to remind ourselves, We need copper, we need titanium, we need steel. So lots of base metals, lots of precious metals, and they should be in this direction back towards the base. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we've got plenty of base metals anyway. Precious ones might be a bit further in. Ah, those should be precious over there. I seem to remember harvesting precious metal from around that rock. Let's go and deal with them first. There's base metal all over the place.
Vitals dropping.
Yeah, and I remember these sceliopods as well. This one's taken damage for some reason. It must have run into a spiky, one of those spiky cheerleader balls. I forget what they're called. Some kind of urchin. Where did he go? I don't like losing sight of them. Got him right in the face. And a big crit in the bum. Takes him very low. In fact, that might be low enough to make him run away. Yeah, I think he's gone. I don't need gold, for God's sake. Give me copper. There you go. Let's see. Base. There should be plenty of precious metal over this way, though. Oh yeah, here we go.
Vitals dropping.
It's almost 2 stacks of copper. Titanium. Already 2 stacks. Let's break one more node and we should be good for precious metal for what we need. Then we can focus on some base metals for the steel. Ah, well, we got no copper at all from that one, so we do need to break another one. No copper from that one either. That's irritating. Very irritating. I wish I could turn gold into copper somehow. That'd be a weird kind of alchemy, wouldn't it?
Vitals dropping.
There's no more this way, but there should be a big old cluster over here somewhere.
Suit breached.
Whoa, what the fuck?
System restored.
Oh, it's the snubs.
Seek medical assistance immediately. Vitals dropping. Seek medical assistance
You
immediately.
sneaky bugger. I thought you were coming the other way. Come on, let's get on flat ground. That takes care of you.
Vitals dropping. Vitals stabilized.
Copper. Okay, like one more lump of copper will do it. Probably. Titanium and gold again. Oh, hang on. Here's some copper. There we go. That'll be 2 stacks. Right, base metal next, and that should all be over that way. Yeah. Right, we are now at encumbrance. I should have put my tent down. That's weighing. Well, it only weighs 2 kilos though. Okay, fine. Let's take our stuff back to the camp. We'll get cracking on some barrels. Right, before we do anything, I suppose let's get the dome down. Day 10. Is that the furthest we've got in this Let's Play so far? May well be. Oh yes, stat points before we do anything else. Let's keep going with speed and stamina. Right, we don't need to save at the moment. Okay, let's do the steel first. Aluminium. And iron. Wow, we didn't get much iron. And how much steel can we get from all that? That's 2 barrels worth of steel. That's not enough, really, is it? Gonna have to do a bit more base metal mining. Well, we've got an absolute ton of titanium here. We've got about 20 ingots of copper, exactly 20 ingots. 24 ingots of gold, which I have nothing to do with. Let's go back out and try and get a little bit more iron. We can mine specifically from iron nodes. There are a few of those around. Let's switch out the battery in the torch. This one's nearly dead. Yeah, so there's iron nodes over there. Iron right here. Wait a minute, I've lost it again now. Where is it? Almost. Ah, here we are.
Vitals dropping.
You motherfucker. Okay, you know what? Fine. We won't mine for iron. We'll go back to Camp Nitro. Grab a heal.
Vitals stabilized. Fair dehydration detected.
There goes another barrel of another jar of sap.
Hydration levels are now satisfied.
Okay, it looks like we're not going to get a great deal else done today. We've got to wait for the morning. Maybe we should make a new chisel. This one's nearly run out. Yeah, let's make a new chisel just to be safe. Well, we can make a few barrels. So let's just grab 1 barrel of nitrogen, just so we did some of it this episode. There we are, and a science point to boot. I did get a lot of engineering points from that, doing that that refining. So we'll have to figure out what we're going for next. We could just save up the points, go straight for the lab, and I think we might do that. We are getting very close to it now. Right, so here we go. The first barrel of Camp Nitro nitrogen. First full barrel, I think. Here we are. First of many. So that plus plus some of the hydrogen from camp hydrogen makes hydrazine, which makes vehicle fuel. And hopefully by the time we have hydrazine, or soon after, we'll have the engineering points to build the lab. Then we just need to get some lithium from 1B, hopefully, and we should be golden. We should be ready to go with our first vehicle. But I suppose that'll be for the future. For now, I've been Eki Thumb, and this has been Let's Play Osiris New Dawn. Do it if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more gameplay of this game, and I will see you next time.